Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the secret history of the Whitesprings Resort. If you guys are frequent to the channel, you will know that I love history almost as much as I love Fallout, and one thing I try to do is mesh them both together. Frequently, I'll do stuff on Fallout 76, looking at West Virginia history, maybe try to come up with some video ideas, stuff like that, and that is exactly what I did in preparation for this video, and it really is one of the best stories, best kind of pieces of lore, both in real life and in game, that I have presented to you guys on the channel. So, with that being said, the last thing I want to get out of the way is shout out to Dusk, Killaz from the Mountain Weather Enclave. I was doing an interview with them yesterday, which is now up on the channel, and I was kind of sharing with them some upcoming video ideas that I had, and this was one of them, and Dusk pointed out possibly the most vital piece of information that we're going to be talking about in this video, but that will be saved for later. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to be sitting here, and I'm going to give you guys just a really brief, the best I can, rundown of the history of the Whitesprings Resort, and then after that we're going to get into the vital piece that I was talking about just a little bit ago. Okay, some of you may know, but the Whitesprings Resort is a real place in West Virginia known as the Greenbrier Estate. Previous to being named this, it was called the White Sulphur Springs Hotel, and as I talked about in my West Virginia Native American history video, West Virginia was originally going to be named Kanawha, which is the native translation for White Rocks. This is in part due to not only the White Rocks, but as well as the White Sulphur Springs in West Virginia. The Native Americans believed that the drinking of the sulfur water, or waters from the river with the White Rocks, holy shit, that was a tongue twister, were supposed to cure any disease and ailment, and this idea was passed on to the early American settlers and colonizers. Flash forward to the late 1880s when Rufus Roberts built the White Sulphur Springs Hotel in Surry County, West Virginia. Among the many attractions the hotel provided, of utmost importance was a mineral spring that had been on the land for centuries and had been used and drank from most of the town folk for almost just as long. The water from this spring was said to work wonders. An early advertisement for the hotel reads, "If you are suffering with indigestion, liver or kidney trouble, come and drink the white sulphur water, cure any disease in 2 weeks, including inflammation of the eyes or any trouble caused by impure blood." This, of course, worked, and as the years, worked in the sense of attracting people. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. This, of course, worked in that regard, and as the years followed, plenty of guests came to indulge in the healing benefits of the spring. Today, the White Sulphur Springs is known, of course, as the Greenbrier Estate, and the resort accommodations and wealth of the estate outshine the old myth of the healing spring. Now, that is originally where I thought I could leave this video, and I was really content with it. I think with the Native American history one I did, the Blair Mountain video, stuff like that, I kind of just found a piece of, real-world thing and just kind of sat down in-game and talked about it. Not like there was really any in-game evidence about this or whatever, but like I said earlier, when I talked to Dusk, he gave me a little bit of information that actually is fucking amazing. So, just again, briefly, I thought this is where I'd leave it off. I thought this would be the end of the video, but it is by far nowhere near over. So, with all that being said, what I'm going to do now is show you guys these healing springs. Now, you might be saying to yourself, what? Healing springs in Fallout 76? What are you talking about? So, my friend Stretch is here. Stretch, I saw you jumping around in the background, and you're in game chat, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm doing the White Sulphur Springs video. Oh, gotcha. I don't know if your audio is going to be included, but let's just get into this. You can follow me. So, Dusk was telling me that there is a spring at the White Springs that cures diseases, and I was like, you gotta be fucking joking me. There's no way. So we kind of halted the interview for a second, and we came over here, and he showed us around, and he came over here to this pavilion. So if you guys looking for it yourself, you come here to the White Springs Resort, you're going to stand right outside, you immediately turn around, and you're going to be looking for this pavilion right here. So, in preparation of this video, I went into the White Springs Golf Course and got touched by about 1,000 million feral ghouls, and only one of them had a disease, but thankfully, I have a disease. So let's pretend that I am a wealthy fucking politician or movie star in the late 1880s, and I have read the advertisement for the wonderful healing factors of the White Sulphur Springs, and I am trying to get rid of this goddamn snot ear that I have attracted. So, I'm going to go over here to this pavilion that says the Spring House, and coming in here, and it doesn't really look like there's a lot of healing going on. In fact, quite the opposite with some dead bodies here. But where are the healing springs? Is it this thing right here? Well, that looks like it's the spring, but you can't really do anything for it. Oh well, I guess that's the end of the video. Wait a second. What's this over here? A tiny little water fountain. Sulfur water fountain. Now, I don't think this is going to be true, but there's no way if I drink this it's going to cure my diseases, right, Stretch? No fucking way. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try, and I'm sure all of you guys in the audience can see in the bottom right of my screen, I do have a disease. Also, keep in mind, look at my HP bar. I have just a little bit of health chipped away from there. Okay, I am going to drink this water and keep your eyes on those two tabs. Well, there we go. I guess I didn't have snottier, but I had radworms. Doesn't matter, though, because this water just healed me and cured my disease. Folks, I don't know about you, but that shit is fucking unbelievable to me. Listen, Bethesda's got a lot of fucking problems, but apparently they don't have a lot in their accuracy and history department because they knew about this healing spring at the Greenbrier, at the Whitesprings, at the White Sulphur Springs Hotel. It is so cool that this is actually a piece of real-world history that they put into this game. And the other thing I want to say, folks, is while I was researching all this, I couldn't really find any other pieces of information about this, at least not on YouTube. So, for all intents and purposes, this is going to be the first time, well, at least in my mind, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, but the first time that this has ever been discovered in the game. Again, if I am wrong on that, please let me know, but as far as I know, nobody else has ever discovered this, or at least didn't know what the story was behind this fountain. So, I'm not going to really waste too much more of your time. Stretch, why don't you follow me? Let's go close the video out in the little flower bed over here. So, folks, I'm going to read you just a little something that I found while I was researching this before we end. But, guys, this is really, really awesome. And this just makes me want to make more videos like this because this is the first time that there has actually been, like, real evidence of some historical event or something that I've covered on the channel. So, it makes me super happy. And you know what? I'm going to let all the Whitesprings staff and Stretch take care of these bugs for me because I am the benevolent navigator. I'm just messing around, of course, but once World War III is over here, I can hopefully end this. Oh my God, Stretch! I can hear him screaming in game chat, bro. What is are they shooting at you? Okay, well, I'll do my best to talk under gunfire here. It might be a little distracting, but let me read you guys something that I believe it was William Blake said. Now, I have no fucking idea who the fuck William Blake is, but he said something very, very nice and profound about the springs. If the estimation in which the white sulfur water is held in the United States be any evidence of its merit, it needs no other eulogy, for it is well known that the fame has spread to every portion of the nation. It is indeed a noble fountain, destined, we hope and trust, to be a blessing to countless generations. Now, obviously the White Sulphur Springs water probably isn't going to heal your disease, but I looked it up a little bit, and it actually does have some very good benefits for you. The biggest one that I found is if you were to submerge yourself in a White Sulphur Springs, the hot water and the minerals in the water are very good for exfoliating your skin, good for skin irritation, eczema, stuff like that. So for all intents and purposes, this isn't exactly a false thing. Sulfur water does kind of have a little bit of healing benefits. Well, folks, it looks like the great Stretch and Whitesprings war has finally come to an end, and so has this video. Thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And again, this is just something really awesome, and I'm so glad that I got to share this with you guys. It's not really often that I'll find a piece of history from West Virginia or real life that kind of has actual representation in game, and this is probably the first example on the channel of that. So I will leave you guys with that. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Actually, before I go, shout out to Dusk Killaz again for helping me out with the information, and shout out to Stretch for joining me in the video. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Wait, are you saying something? Yeah. Yeah, I did find out about that. So, folks, if you watched the interview, his name is not Dark, it is Dusk, and again, thanks to Dusk for helping me out with this. I typically don't ask you guys this at all, and I'm not looking for views or anything like that, but if you can, share this with your friends. Again, I'm not looking for views, stuff like that, but this is a really, really interesting thing. If you have a friend that you play 76 with, maybe you just give them something to watch, stuff like that. Maybe you guys can come together and find this spring for yourself, and on top of that, hey, there's a new free place to cure your diseases. So, again, and finally, with all that being said, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.